In personal relationships, there's people that come into your life and it seems like they hook up with you vibrationally for a while and they fall off.
Why do they come?
I guess to help our expansion.
True enough, but why do they come? Why do the specific people come? They are a manifestation of your vibration.
Okay.
Every time. So they come as evidence of what you're doing vibrationally.
Okay.
So you could say, well, they come to show me what I'm doing, or they come for the fun, or of course, all of those reasons are accurate, but why do they come? They came because I summoned them with my practiced vibration. Continue.
Okay, this is a hot seat, right? I'm sure I didn't ask for some of these people.
Well, that would be wrong.
Maybe that's why they're gone.
You ask for every one of them. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. This is a comment that we hear frequently. Abraham, I don't believe in deliberate creation because I would not have created that because I don't want it. When it got here, I don't want it, so I don't believe I did it. We say, we didn't say you did it on purpose. We didn't say you did it with intelligence and guidance. You did it. You did it because you practiced a vibration, and that vibration got so well practiced. So things get stuck in your vibrational craw. You focus on something, you don't like it, you focus on it, you don't like it, you focus on it, you don't like it, you focus on it, you don't like it. You train yourself into a vibration that brings you more. But the good news is, with all that knowing what you don't want, you're creating a vibrational escrow that is precisely what you do want. If you can make the flip, use your ego to focus in vibrational alignment with who you really are and what you really want.
Yeah, that feels good.
So what happens is every single one of those ones that you're sure you didn't ask for because you didn't want them when they got there, they helped you clarify what you prefer. And then the key is to spend more time thinking about what you prefer. We talked about pivoting. We're talking about knowing what you don't want so you know what you do want. But it's a little tricky, isn't it? We've been teasing about these money and law of attraction cards. Well, actually, they are the most brilliant cards that have ever been assembled on the subject of shifting your vibration relative to money. And they were written from inside the vortex, where all good stuff comes from, as a culmination of everything that you all have been asking for. So we just stood there, looked over what you want to know, understood it completely, and ta-da! So, let's say you're standing outside the vortex and you've decided that you're going to use your ability to focus yourself into alignment.
Okay.
And things have not been going very well for you financially. And so, these cards, even the fact that they exist is annoying.
Got it.
But you bought them anyway with money that you do not have. You look at them and the colors are nice. And you read, I am developing the skill to direct my thoughts. And then you throw that card away. I can have money and freedom too. I'm going to mail that one to my employer. I do not need to have money to attract money. That is very fortunate. I have control over the thoughts I think. I hate these cards. Money isn't everything, but there is no shortage of money or time. Who writes this stuff? I will praise success wherever I see it, and if I ever see it, I surely will. There's not a good card here. Because when you are crossways of the frequency of what you want, then hammering at it, trying to go specifically positive when you have just been feeling specifically negative, makes you dig in defiance and defense and justification and rationalization of where you are. And when you do that, you just practice the vibration that you didn't mean to practice, you see. So bring us around to where you are. In other words, is there something specific that you want to talk about?
Well, several things. Let's talk about in relationships. Why is it that sometimes the less interest you show in someone, the more they're attracted to you, and the less you're...
This is exactly what we're talking about. Because in your lack of interest, you are less specifically pushing them away. In other words, because you already, as in the demonstration of these cards, don't believe in the viability of the relationship. And so the more you try to believe it from not believing it, the more you give off the signal that pushes it away. But when you're not interested, when you really don't care, now you're not offering that signal, and then what you really want begins to flock to you.
Ah, okay.
It's exactly the point that we were making with the cards. The harder you try when you're not in vibrational frequency sync with what you want, the worse it goes. Interesting, when we talk about deliberate creation, feels counterintuitive to some of you, doesn't it? It's like, I should try harder, and we say, no, you should give it up, you should let go. But it comes back to what we were saying earlier, that the process of creation is 3 steps. Ask, you've already done that. Answer, source has already done that. It is a vibrational done deal. Now your work is to do anything and everything you can to relax into, to allow, to let be, to surrender into. And the harder you try to be specific when you don't have the answers, when you don't know where, when, who, how, where. In other words, when you don't have the answers to that, then the more you hold yourself in the frequency that defies it.
That's why the more I dream and the less I give a heck about it, it seems to come.
Well,
I dream and it's, if I let it go.
But imagine how delicious it could be to want something that isn't painful, to want it even though it hasn't come, to want it with the general knowledge that it will someday be there, and to be satisfied with that general knowledge that it will someday be there until you allow the specifics of it to begin to show themselves to you. So there's a difference between just saying, I don't want those grapes because they're sour anyway.
Yeah.
There's a difference between saying, I don't want it, because the truth of it is, you do want it. You do want it. You can't give up on your dream. You cannot cease to want what you want, but you can choose your vibrational position to it by railing against the absence of it or by surrendering to the presence of it. And what you're talking about is part of that process. In other words, it's part of the letting go of the details of it.
Exactly, yeah.
Perfect words that you've offered, yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Something more?
No, that's enough.
Very good.
Thanks.